Welcome to BookJuice, where stories don't just entertain us, they move us. Today, we're reflecting on The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks, a novel that's been called sentimental, romantic, even cliché. But the truth is, it sticks with people for a reason, because it doesn't just tell you about love, it makes you feel it. Let's start with Noah and Allie. They meet one summer, two teenagers, caught in the kind of whirlwind love that feels too big for the world to understand. He's poor, she's wealthy. They're from different sides of the tracks, and like so many real-life relationships, the world steps in. Her parents disapprove. Time pulls them apart. Life pushes them in different directions. But here's the thing about Noah. He doesn't forget. He writes her 365 letters, one every day, even though she never writes back. He builds the house he once promised down to the smallest detail, as if part of him knew she'd find her way back to it. That's the first emotional punch this book delivers. Real love doesn't vanish. It waits. It remembers. And when they reunite, after years, after silence, after other lives lived, the chemistry is still there. But it's not just passion. It's recognition. It's that soul-level feeling that says, I've loved you before, and I never really stopped. So many people read The Notebook and remember someone they loved, lost, or wonder if they'll ever find again. That's the emotional gravity Sparks taps into. Not just the fantasy, but the ache, the questions, the what-ifs. But The Notebook doesn't stop with the summer love. It pushes further, because the real story is framed by an older Noah reading this story to Allie, who no longer remembers that she was the girl in it. She's living with Alzheimer's, drifting in and out of the present. Most days she doesn't know who he is, but Noah shows up anyway. Every day he reads to her, praying that maybe, for a minute, she'll remember. And sometimes she does. She looks up, tears in her eyes, and says his name. Then the fog rolls back in, and he starts again. Let's pause for a second. Can you imagine loving someone that deeply? Can you imagine being the only one who remembers? That part of the story is quiet. But it's devastating because it's no longer about passion, it's about presence. Love becomes a decision, not a feeling. And that's the part that hits hardest. Here's a moment of reflection for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to keep the love alive, not because it was easy, but because you knew it mattered? Drop that in the comments. Let's open up this space for something real. This isn't just a love story. It's a reminder of what love requires. Patience, memory, devotion, pain, and hope. There's also something incredibly poetic about how memory works in this book. Allie loses her past, piece by piece, but love somehow lingers. Even when the brain forgets, the heart remembers. And in those brief flashes when she sees Noah for who he is, it's enough to make the whole journey worth it. The best love is the kind that awakens the soul, that makes us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. That's what Noah and Allie had. And maybe that's what we're all still searching for. Not perfect love, but devoted love. Love that shows up even when everything else fades. So here's your question today. Do you think love like that still exists? The kind that survives silence, separation, even memory loss? And if it does, what does it take to hold on to it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Because these reflections, they're not just about books. They're about us, about what we carry, what we've lost, and what we're still hoping to find. If this story moved you, give it a like, subscribe for more daily reflections, and check the link below to read the book for yourself. This is BookJuice, where love stories don't just end, they echo.